Hey, Grant Cardone here on Power Players. Today I have with me Bedros Keuilian.
What's up?
Armenian, dude. Look, I told him in the bathroom, we were in there taking a leak a few minutes ago, and I said,
Together.
I love for some reason, I just get along with Armenians.
Why is that?
I don't know, man. Do you know? You're the one that knows about the reptilian brain and all that.
Man, I just know the reptilian brain, not about Armenians, about muscle. How to build
But
muscle.
why would I just get along with Armenians? Is it work ethic or just hungry or
You know what?
aggressive
I think it's the hunger, the aggressive. It's the immigrant edge, man. You got the immigrant edge.
Yeah.
You're Cajun. Is it Cajun? You're Cajun?
Well, I'm Italian.
You're Italian.
I'm Italian. I was brought up in Cajun country. So do you put a little pasta, a little crawfish together?
That's you.
Well,
you got the immigrant edge, and that's
look. Hey, I got mad respect for you, man. He's got a new book, Man Up. Okay, it's being released right now into September.
End of September, September
so you
18th.
Can grab it now. Order yours at Amazon. It's called Man Up. Is it for women?
It is. It is.
Women need to man up too.
Women need to man up and take control, stop making excuses, and reach their potential. That's what it's about.
How to cut the bullshit and kick ass in business. And you've done some of that.
I've been fortunate enough to, yes, sir.
You talk about scars this morning when you came over, and I appreciate you taking the time to come over and share with the audience. Talk to me about the scars. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, man, I think as entrepreneurs, there's no rule book, right? Someone goes to college and gets an MBA, Master's in Business Administration. That's all theory. That's all great in a bubble, right? Everything's in a vacuum. Go out in the real world, like we were just talking about. Get a conditional use permit, buy an apartment, and a hurricane hits it. Start a franchise, and the Federal Trade Commission stops you. Those are entrepreneurial scars. And when you look at scar tissue, it's stronger than regular tissue, isn't it? And that's because the body goes, uh-oh, I don't want to get cut there again. I'm going to get stronger. Entrepreneurial scars, those are the real lessons that we need to learn, not the ones we learn in a vacuum or a bubble.
So let me ask you this, because you bring up this dude's a power player. What kind of money are you going to make this year? What's the gross number on the businesses?
Well, collectively, 500 million, all our franchise locations, as far as all my businesses. Over 100 million. Yeah.
So I mean, this guy belongs in the chair right there. Any of you guys out there that have gone through the battles, guys or gals going through the battles, and fix your place to be a power player. I want you here because he's here to be generous with his time and energy and experiences, so you guys can get better and go faster.
Yes, sir.
And I know you have you want that, right?
Absolutely. That's all. I just want to serve.
And I was hearing you talk about impact before income.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me about impact. What is it?
All right, so
because I think when I'm watching, I'm like, okay, don't be degrading on my income, dog.
No. And I knew that's why I put that up there because I was like, let me put a little bait out there for old GC.
You think I bit?
I wanted to bait you, but truly it's not a bait. And you make such a big impact. I mean, you're out there giving free information. The information you're giving should be in manuals. The information that Priscilla's giving, Milette's giving, all these guys and gals out there who are giving should be free. And there's never been a time where you can have mentors on your phone. Your mentors are on your phone, right? So truly, to me, impact is bigger because my goal is to outgive to Shriners than Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake right now is the #1 donator to Shriners Children's Hospitals. Well, guess what? He doesn't know it, but we're in direct competition. And I'm in direct competition with a lot of people in my head. And so if I want to outgive to Shriners, if I want to adopt more kids from Compassion International, we're currently at 97 kids adopted. My kids every month have to write so many letters to those kids in Guatemala. Every month. They're getting carpal tunnel, and one's 10, one's 12. And I want that. But I want to have 1,000 kids adopted through Compassion International. I want to give $1 million a year.
So why do you say that you're in competition with Justin Timberlake?
Because he's the #1 donator.
He's going to kick your ass, dude.
No, he ain't.
JT will kick your ass.
No, he ain't.
I tell you what I'll do, okay?
What you going to do?
What's he giving to Shriners?
The money I don't know because they never shared the exact dollar amount, but they have a ranking, and he's
okay.
#1.
Look, if you can beat him in 12 months, I'll give $100,000.
All right.
To your charity.
Done.
$100,000.
Done. I love that because that's a win-win.
You can't beat him, dude. He's Justin Timberlake, bro. Why try to compete with him?
What does that mean? Wait, who do you compete with?
I try not to, man.
You try not to.
I would rather collaborate with JT, but he's too expensive. He was $5 million to do the event.
Yeah. Oh, you reached out.
Yeah, we reached out.
Yeah. Okay.
I said, you just don't want to work. He's like, no, I do want to work as long as you give me $5 million.
Yeah.
So in that situation, impact or income?
Impact, because if I want to help that many people, hospitals and kids and Toys for Tots, that's a big mission.
Yeah.
See, I can get my army of employees behind a mission like that. But if I say, guys, let's get behind the mission of making me $500 million or $1 billion, their salaries aren't going to change much. Yeah, they'll gain more money. So they're going to chase the impact goal over the income goal. And by getting to the impact goal, we'll hit the income goal. Yeah. And I set nasty, high income goals. Like, I don't have a problem with money. Money solves a lot of problems.
Yeah. So you're not telling people
to just dream and have this impact goal, but fuck the money? No, I'm not.
Yeah, like I saw this thing the other day. Somebody said, my friend Tim Story says, hey, take a moment to reflect.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but tell these guys what a moment is.
Good point.
What is the moment? Because I think some people think, well, that's all weekend. And I know you're not about that. You're about work, man up.
Yeah. And it's about work. It's about manning up. It's about cutting the excuses and blaming it on the economy or saying my competition's too steep or my industry is too saturated. Like, what does that mean? Like, we were sitting in your office earlier and you were telling me who the #1 organization is that buys rental properties, that buys apartments. Like, you could, and you're the kind of guy, you're like, hey, I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to go and buy and compete and build my empire, right? It's about, when I say man up, it's about cut the excuses, take control of your situation. Don't give control to everyone else out there, the economy, the government, the competition, and then rise to your potential. Like, you know what your potential is. You know what it is.
Nobody else does.
No.
You know, I don't know what yours is.
No, only I do.
Yeah.
But what do? We take that pen, we give it to everyone else, and we go, hey, write my story. What should I make? How should my life be? Who should I marry? How should my mindset be?
So, dude, how do I start fixing that? I mean, you let's just go back a second, okay? You haven't always been the man up guy, right?
No, sir.
Tell me the story.
All right. Immigrant. So think about this. It's 1980. I'm 6 years old. 1 minute, I'm eating caviar. Literally, I'm eating caviar in Soviet Union, in Armenia, every morning with hot tea, because my dad is a member of the Communist Party, which means he does really well. The next minute, we're escaping. My dad bribes the Soviet Union, a government official in the consulate. We escape into Italy. We spend 11 days in Italy, go to the American consulate, and legally enter the United States. We're broke, we're poor. And people go, wait, broke and poor, what's the difference? See, broke, Grant Cardone might go broke again, but Grant Cardone will never be poor. Poor is a mindset. It's scarcity, right? It's scarcity mindset.
I like that.
Broke is, hey, you know what? Something happens with the economy, one bad move, one big risk, and I went broke, but I'll bounce back. Poor, you are scarcity minded. You're fear based. You have doubts. And so we were broke and poor, eating out of dumpsters, living in Section 8 housing.
Wow.
Didn't speak English, didn't understand the culture, and every day someone was telling us, go back to your own fucking country. You're taking our money.
Where'd you come into? What city?
Santa Ana, California,
Okay.
which at the time, Hispanic and black gangs, and we're the only foreigners, the Armenians. Now, it's funny because...
And the Armenians, basically, you guys own Glendale now.
Yeah.
Right?
And my dad was so smart, he goes, we're not going to Glendale because...
Too many Armenians.
Yeah, he wants to assimilate. He wanted me, my brother, and sister
awesome, dude. That's
become
brilliant,
American.
Man. He wanted to network, not get stuck.
Exactly. So, long and short of it, man, dude, here's the time. In Section 8 housing, we lived in one crappy apartment so nasty that I got lice as a kid. I was 8 years old, so it was 2 years into being in this country. 2 years in. We couldn't afford lice treatment. My mom makes my dad siphon out gasoline from a parked car. She washes my hair with gasoline. Like, that's resourcefulness, right? That's resourceful.
Yeah. Did it work?
Hell yeah, it worked, right? But I could imagine all the kids watching, because she washed my hair right in front of the quad there, the grassy area where all the apartments kind of face. And I just imagine now, like, all those kids watching thinking, this foreign lady is about to light that kid on fire. But really, she was just being a mom.
Yeah.
We can't afford lice
Being
treatment.
resourceful.
Yeah, being resourceful. So I went from being that guy, being broke, poor, and then grew up fat, eating cheese and bologna and white bread. I don't know anything about nutrition. And so in high school, my only goal was to ask out Nakaya to the prom. So for me, it was, hey, if I lose weight, she'll think I'm hot. I'll ask her to the prom. So I started working out. I started eating right. I lost the weight, came back senior year, 30 pounds lighter, more confident, but not enough confidence to ask Nakaya to the prom. So I never went to the prom, but my entire trajectory on life changed, man. It's like, man, fitness is my thing. Like, I want to help more people get fit, get healthy, build their confidence, their self-esteem. Here's the thing I didn't know, GC. Like, you're a mentor to so many people, right? Like, you're a mentor to me. You're a mentor to one of my great clients, Vince Del Monte. He comes here. Yeah. Vince has been my client for going on a decade now. We're building his coaching program, his mastermind program, big time. And as a one-on-one personal trainer, I had built-in mentors I had no idea. Because if you're affording $800 to $1,000 a month to a personal trainer, that's because that person's an entrepreneur or someone who's got money, and they understand how money moves. And thankfully, one of my personal training clients, his name is Jim Franco. He's like, hey, kid, you're a personal trainer and you have 2 side jobs. listen to this cassette tape. And he gave me a Tom Hopkins cassette tape. And I was so close-minded.
How old are you at this point?
Oh, shit, man. 23, 24.
Yeah. So this is what, this is 14 years
Yeah.
so later. So this is 1994.
95.
95, okay.
Yeah, 1995. And I go, Jim, I'm a personal trainer. This is real estate.
This is about sales and real estate, yeah.
Yeah, I don't need this. He goes, no, you keep complaining about working as a bouncer and a fry cook on the weekends. Because that $1,000 a month that he paid went to the gym. I only got, went to the health club. I only got $11 an hour, right? And I could barely close anyone on the workout floor. So I had like 5 clients. And he goes, just listen to it. Every time you hear the word real estate, I want you to replace it with personal training.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I bring the cassette tape back. He goes, now listen to this one, Brian Tracy. Bring that back. Now listen to this one, Zig Ziglar. Now read this book. Before I know it, it's Zig Ziglar, Dan Kennedy, Gary Halbert, Tony Robbins. I'm sales, marketing, persuasion. Within 2.5 years, I opened my first gym. 2 years after that, I owned 5 personal training gyms in San Diego, your old stomping grounds, right? And that was the big shift for me, was mindset and mentor.
Yeah.
I went from a closed mindset of I'm just a personal trainer to I can change people's lives and I can replicate myself by having other trainers working for me. And with a mentor, I can time collapse. I don't have to make mistakes. I just go, hey, GC, I want to buy 2 apartments. Never bought an apartment. Tell me what to do. What do you look for?
I'll tell you what not to do first.
Right? Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And you're going to tell me, and because of that, I'm going to make faster decisions and better decisions than you did when you started. All right? Someone wants to open up a franchise, they'd be stupid not to talk to me. They'd be functionally stupid.
So totally, right? Because you can tell me what not to do.
Right.
Like,
right. What to avoid. Don't
like
run down that path.
When I get a coach or a mentor, first thing I'm like is like, tell me what not to do.
Yeah.
I don't need to add a bunch of new stuff, bro. I need to get rid of something.
Yeah.
And then tell me what pothole not to hit. I'll probably make it home tonight.
Amen.
So how long was it before you started? You went from $11 an hour.
Yeah.
Listening to, but let's just go back to the thing the guy said about Tom Hopkins. Like,
Yeah.
Replace, when he talks about real estate, replace it with the gym membership.
That's it. Personal training. Yeah.
And I see a lot of people say, I can't learn from him because he doesn't know anything about he's not an engineer.
Yeah. And that's
or a plumber or whatever.
That is the biggest fixed-minded pothole you can fall into. Because I'm in the fitness space, I learned so much from you. I'm in the fitness space, I learned so much from Andy Frisella, who's in the supplement space.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I watch and I see what y'all doing and I make the moves.
And I think there's something to be said about you taking something from here and saying, how does it fit? There's a responsibility, a man up thing about saying, how do I make this fit, as opposed to this doesn't work in my space.
Exactly. It's easy to say this doesn't work, and that's why I'm still broke. That's why I'm still struggling. That's why I'm suffering. It's courageous to say, I see what he's doing. How can I make what he's doing work in my space? Because everyone works in a bubble. If you look at everyone in real estate and do what they do, you're going to earn what they earn. But if you look at people outside of the real estate space who are making millions above and beyond, you go, how can I take what they're doing in mining and in aerospace and bring them to real estate? That's when the game changes big time.
Back to what your dad did, not moving into Glendale.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
It would be easy to move into Glendale, keep speaking Armenian, keep eating cheese puffs.
Right. Okay, so you mentioned Andy Frisella.
Yeah. That's one intense motherfucker.
Is he?
Seems that way to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like him.
So, Andy, you heard that? Is he? So he called me one day and he says, "Hey man, what drives you more? Failing, the fear of failing, or the hope of success?"
Ooh, what did you say?
No, well, I want to know what you think. What drives you more? Because you've had a lot of success, dude.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Still the fear of failure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not a fear where therefore I hold on to my money. Like I say, I give away a shit ton of money to causes and charities I believe in. But I love that. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I believe that we're all still caveman inside. Here's what I mean. People have gotten too lazy, too comfortable.
Yeah.
We got claws and fangs, man. We're supposed to hunt. You know that. We're supposed to hunt. The caveman, he looked at that cave and he heard the gurgles in his stomach. He's hungry, but he's looking at that cave first and going, is there a saber-toothed tiger that's going to fuck me up when I go out there and try and pick that apple, right? That's fear. Fear keeps your instinct sharp.
Yeah, I agree. I love it.
You talk to any Navy SEAL, and you go, hey, are you ever afraid? Fuck yeah, I'm
all
afraid
the
in
time,
battle. Because if he's not afraid, he's going to die, right?
Yeah.
It's the people who get complacent. You go, oh, the hope is, I'm going to go out there and kill every enemy. I'm going to go out there and pick that apple.
Yeah.
There's no saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah.
So I act like there's someone sitting in a basement somewhere with a big marker board that says, how to destroy Fit Body Boot Camp. Every morning, they're working on that plan, how to destroy my franchise. I wake up with more aggression, more drive, more obsession, relentlessness.
That's driven by the fear of failing.
Fuck yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Because it's a
so
great
now
motivator.
let me change it a little bit because I think
Sure.
what Andy actually said was, dude, is it winning you like more or you hate losing? I think this is a better question that he asked me.
Oh,
Do you hate losing more or do you love winning more?
I definitely don't like losing. I think any
Yeah.
type A person doesn't like
Yeah,
losing.
yeah.
But I love winning.
Yeah. So which one you think drives you? The love of winning or the hate losing?
The love of winning.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said,
I love
dude, you're
winning.
so stupid, dude.
Wait, what did he say? He said that he.
You're deformed first, not formed first. Isn't it
Wait,
formed?
so what was his answer?
He's like, dude, I hate losing so bad. And I said, no, dude, that's weird. That's just like backwards. Like you need to love winning. I think too many people don't win enough, and that's why they don't man up. Like I love what you're saying here but I think too few people actually have successes to where they're like, oh shit, I found some more.
Yeah.
I found some more muscle here.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
you're
know,
right.
I have to win in the gym to go back.
That's it. That's it. If you keep going to
Right.
the gym, your body's not changing.
Right?
You're not going back.
I'm not going to keep going
right?
back, dude.
Yeah. Well, winning matters. Having said that, man, I hate losing.
So let's just talk about that in money then, okay? Because you know I love talking about money.
Yes, sir. You're Grant Cardone, of course. We love
Now
talking
Tim
about
Grover
money.
says, "Man, you don't love anybody." I said, "Tim, I love you." He's like, "You don't love anybody. You love Ben Franklin."
We love Ben.
I said, "Tim, that's not true," and I take offense to that. I love 10 million Ben Franklins. Okay, but if I didn't love people, I wouldn't be helping them all the time.
Do you think people have misunderstood you? I'm not trying to flip
Oh,
the script here. Do you think people misunderstand you all the time?
Totally.
Yeah. And is that part of your scheme? Be honest.
No, not at all.
No.
No, I just
shake
want to
things
smash
up.
the message in
Good.
because I don't think I think we've been hoodwinked by TV, the media, the politicians, and the coaches,
Yeah.
frankly, saying, oh, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
Dude, you got a stadium with 5,000 to 10,000 people in it and you charge for it and you're selling products every hour and a half.
Yeah.
You're here for the money.
Yeah.
Like, let's just keep it real. I don't go anywhere if I'm not going to get paid. And I get paid, and I'm going to give probably 40% of the money that I make this year away. So, but I can't give it away. I can't make an impact if I ain't got the income. Dog.
My man.
I can't. Like my uncle told me when I was in the unemployment line. He's like, dude, you got to get out of this line. And I said, man, I need to help myself. He says, you need to help yourself by getting out of this line.
Yeah.
And let somebody else be in this line. So,
We get neutered. When we're in a line like that, we get neutered.
Totally.
You know,
Talk about that.
I always look at it like I said, we're designed to hunt, man. There's like a reptilian, primitive animal in every single human. The problem is, again, the reason I went with man up, because I did want to shake things up a little bit. There's nothing wrong with man up, because you look at the word human, the last three letters
M-A-N,
of human.
baby.
That's right, human up.
Yeah.
Aren't we top of the food chain? On this planet, we are top of the food chain. I don't see a dog driving you around. You drive your dog around, right? So if we're top of the food chain, why are people living like animals? Filthy cars, fucked up relationships,
Totally.
overweight, foggy-headed, depressed, anxiety. Human up to your higher potential.
Yeah.
Right? But the problem is most people are waiting in line, waiting for someone else to give them a handout. And by doing that, to me, it's like taking the lion who's supposed to hunt the gazelle and then tear it apart and have blood on his face, and they put it in the cage, and they feed it every 2 hours, and soon the claws go away, the fangs retract, and when the guy who's given meat goes away, guess what happens? The lion just dies.
Yeah.
We're not meant to have handouts. We're not supposed to look at others to help us. Help yourself first. You nailed it.
Yeah. And like I don't know when you started making an income change in your life. When was it? How long after?
2005.
So you were in the impact business.
Yeah. I was making an impact, but I was broke as a fucking joke.
So okay, now because I'm gonna stay on this line until we
I see
figure
what
this
you're
shit
doing.
out, right?
Yeah, you're leaning on me right now.
he was making an impact in life,
Yeah.
but freaking couldn't pay for his good foods.
Nope.
So when did the income start to impact your life?
When I understood that the more money I charge, the more people pay attention. So the more, you've heard the line, the more they pay, the more they pay attention.
Yeah.
So I started getting okay. I was like, well, if all the other personal trainers are $60 an hour, I should charge $60 an hour. I just started raising my rates. If they're all selling 10 sessions at a time, I should sell 10 sessions. My mentor, Jim Franco, says, hey, how come the gym puts me on a monthly membership subscription, but you keep selling me 10 sessions at a time and you feel awkward every time I have to buy another 10? Because I go from being a personal trainer to putting my sales hat on.
Yeah, right.
So I was the first guy in my industry back in the 90s to say, I'm going to put all my clients on EFT, on subscription. I had 600
EFT means what?
Electronic fund transfer. Good question.
Okay.
Electronic fund, so subscription, right?
Yeah, I try not to go past words I don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, big words. EFT, that's an industry word, right? And so I was all of a sudden charging clients $600 to $1,000 a month, selling 12-month memberships, right? And we're just dinging their credit card. Before I know it, I had 5 gyms, 200 members in each gym, charging them that kind of money and having trainers train them. And I realized, you know what? They're getting great results.
Yeah.
I'm making a real impact.
Yeah.
Enough where now I can give some of that money away, right? And that's when I started thinking, how can I help kids? And then you look at all 3 charities that I adopted, Compassion International, Toys for Tots, and Shriners Children's Hospital. They're all kid-driven because I came to this country and I didn't have Christmas for the first 2 years. We were broke, we were poor, eating out of dumpsters, hair washed with gasoline. So I want to help kids who were once in my position. People are like, hey, help this cause, that cause. No, fuck you, I'm going to help the causes that I believe in.
Yeah.
But I'm able to make the bigger impact now because I actually have dollar amounts, like 1,000 kids through Compassion. So when I was making an impact with personal training, I was changing lives, but I didn't know that I wanted to help 10 clients or 10,000.
Yeah.
Now I've got numbers attached to my goals, and the income chases that.
How important is it to have numbers, targets? Just like the caveman.
Just like the caveman. Want that apple.
How hungry is he, man?
Yep. Hey, just like a sniper.
Yeah.
He's not just going to go and randomly shoot everywhere. He's going to look for the bad guy, the target.
Terrorist.
Right? Shoot the terrorist.
Right,
and so to me, the numbers are the terrorists. Like, I'm going to shoot for those numbers.
Yeah.
If I want 1,000 kids adopted through Compassion International, woo, guess what? I better start making some money. And now when we sell our franchise, over the phone we tell them, and look, Bedros has this crazy massive goal with Compassion International, Shriners, and Toys for Tots, and so part of your franchise fees are going towards that. So the people buying our franchise better be impact driven as well. And they know exactly why I want their money. Part of it's going there. The other part of it is going for my lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's going for the experience I'm giving my kids. They're never going to experience being broke and poor.
Yeah.
They're going to understand different cultures and accents way before I did.
Right.
You know
I love that idea, man.
Yep.
So what do you think like holds people back from this? I mean, I think you've touched on it already. Like the idea that I need to go, I eat what I kill.
What about it?
Well,
I eat what I kill.
I eat what I kill, dude. Like when did that stop? When did it stop that if Whole Foods went out of business today,
people would starve.
I'd be like, God damn, I don't know how to grow a tomato, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how to raise cattle, right? I don't even know if I know how to kill a goat.
Yeah.
I could figure that out though, because I got some killer in me.
But that's the thing. We all have it. It's just suppressed. Let me give you an example. In that book, Man Up, I talk about being a fighter jet or a crop duster. And people go, what do you mean, a fighter jet or a crop duster? I said, well, look at a fighter. See, when I was in San Diego, there was a lot of guys who, from Miramar Air Force Base, we trained a lot of their wives, the fighter jet pilots. And when I would meet these guys, I mean, hey, tell me what you do. Oh, man, on the aircraft carrier, the fighter jets, they're stored down there. As a fighter jet pilot, we have a different place where we eat, where we sleep, where we work out. Wow. Way different than everybody else. Why? Because they're flying a $30 million machine into the danger zone, dropping bombs and coming back, right? And I remember thinking, these guys are treated so differently.
1,500 miles an hour.
Yes. And they're going at speeds that you and I can't even fathom. Right?
Yeah.
Then you look at a crop duster, guy just takes his time to get in there, putzes along, he doesn't have any routine, he just is going to
Nobody's shooting at him.
No one's shooting at him, no risk in life, but what does he eat? The bare minimum. His lifestyle is the bare minimum. The fighter jet pilot is always on that adrenaline, dopamine high. He's getting the serotonin because he's doing something good for his country. So anyway, I realized that everybody has fighter jet potential. The problem is we're all neutered and raised as crop dusters. Mom and dad want us to go get a safe job, right? Go to a school and get a good degree. Now, you would never tell your kids, because you got, what, 2 daughters?
Yeah.
You got 2 daughters.
Yeah.
Would you ever tell your daughters, hey, honey, I want you to have an average life. I want you to have average grades. I want you to have average health. Go get an average job, marry an average guy, have average retirement, but in an average house.
Yeah, well, she'd have to move out.
Right? You would never do that. But yet, we raise our kids. We don't. I don't. You don't. But majority of the people raise their kids as crop dusters, meaning play it safe.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, don't touch that. Don't do this. Don't take that risk. No, on the flip side.
You think the parents are scared, man?
The parent, and I'll tell you where it comes from. The Great Depression, man, when everyone was wearing shoes with their toes sticking out of it because, hey, guess what? And before that, it was the Dust Bowl, right? Where the entire country dried up and the farmlands were dying. And so those great-grandparents influenced the grandparents influenced the parents, and the parents.
Right.
It's just old messaging coming along.
Right.
Now we're saying, look, the barrier to entry to success is easy. If you got one of these, you can create a video, solve a problem, attach a PayPal link to it, extract money in exchange for value. You don't have to go and get a college degree, be in debt, work for someone, attempt to get the golden watch at the end. There is a golden watch at the end of 20 years because every 5 years businesses are buying each other out.
Yeah.
So people are operating on old.
Even today, even with all the technology, people are still.
You know that. You know that. And that's why they're staying neutered, they're staying crop dusters and not fighter jets. But you put them in the right environment, and environmental exposure is everything. You put them in the right environment.
Now, what does that mean, the right environment? What environment should people be in? Let's say a guy's out there watching right now, he's 22 years old. Let's take a 22, a 32, 42, and a 50-year-old. What environment should they be in every day?
Every single one of those people who know they have a higher potential in life and earnings, in existence, and experience, and impact, need to find a way to come to your event, my event, either workshops, boot camps, masterminds, mentoring, pay to play. I am against going into debt unless it's going into debt to get a mentor who's already where you are, because you're buying speed, right? And that's environmental exposure. I can watch your shit all day long, and that's decent environmental exposure, but as soon as I turn off that Instagram or Facebook or whatever, I'm back in my shitty life.
You're a spectator too.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Like, you're still in your environment. I'm in the comfort of my home.
Yeah, but if I get off the bleachers and get on the field with Grant Cardone, Ed Milet, Andy Frisella, all the, right, Tom Bilyeu, and I'm in the field, I'm at the event for 3 days, and I go to the next one, soon I start thinking how you think, talking like how you talk.
What about the guy that says, oh, those things don't work for me?
They're limited belief system. It goes back to being small-minded,
Dude,
fixed-minded.
I can't tell you guys how many people have sat here and said their life changed because of a cassette tape, because of something they watched, because of an event they went to, over and over.
Dude, I was training my personal training clients, but because I was around them 3 days a week, going back to environmental exposure. And in between workouts, Jim Franco, who owns a multi-million-dollar software company, at the time he was a 65-year-old man. I still see him today. He's in his 70s, late 70s. And
don't be talking about the 60-year-olds, man.
You're a young 60. You're a young 60. You're a young 60.
How old are you? 48?
44. Man, what are you talking about? Yeah, I look old. I look old. I look old. I look old. I don't have the great genetics. Other than the beautiful muscles that I have.
Income or impact?
Yeah, I'll make an impact with my guns. No, but truly, little did I know that when I was training those clients, 4, 5, 6 hours a day, that I had mentors coming through. And that was environmental exposure, because in between sets of working out with Jim, as I was training him, he would tell me about his day and how he has to go and vet out I remember one of the Datatron. He had to vet out Datatron to see if he can buy them, but he was going to buy them with its own cash flow. And I was too embarrassed to even ask him what is cash flow? What is the buyout? What do you mean, right?
Yeah.
But I would remember these words only later did I start asking him, because I began to build a better but that's environmental exposure. Now, if he had an Instagram account.
But you wouldn't have got that if you weren't servicing him.
Exactly.
He wouldn't have continued to get service if you weren't charging him 12-month contracts.
Exactly right. Yeah, exactly. So if he only bought 10 sessions.
Impact or income?
I see where you're going.
Chicken or egg?
It's income, but I've attached my income to impact. And I think most people should. Of course you have,
dude, because you're a good person.
Yeah, and you're
a good human being, dude.
Yeah, you get 40% of your income away. You get as much away as you give to the government. That's huge.
Yeah. Well, I figured out how not to give it to the government.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you moved to Florida.
No, that's just one move. Buy real estate, dude.
Buy real estate.
Buy real estate and jets.
Indeed.
And have a place to go in them both. So this impact, because I think a lot of guys out there, let's say there's a 25-year-old kid out there right now, he's like, dude, I don't have any money. What are you talking about? Impact.
You got to do the first thing first. You got to do first things first, which is make money.
Yeah.
Make money first, and then think about giving some of it away.
What industry would you be looking at right now if you were 25? Oh, you're not far from that. I mean, you're only 44.
Yeah. No, and honestly, I feel 29.
Yeah.
But I look. What did you say? 48?
I thought you.
What the fuck?
Well, dude, I didn't.
Don't edit this out either. I want you to leave that in there.
We definitely.
I want everyone to bust Grant's balls about that, man.
I ain't gonna bust my balls.
I'm a young 28, man.
So no, but because when you gave me the math earlier, I was 8 when I moved here. It was 19.
Six. I was 6 when
I was trying to figure out. I was 22 when you moved here.
Okay, gotcha.
So I had a drug habit. I had a 7-8 time a day drug habit.
What was the drug of choice? I'm curious.
It didn't matter.
What
drug's in front of us right now? Any drug.
No kidding.
Any drug. It didn't matter.
That's great. You just shifted your addiction.
Oh, totally.
Good man.
Totally.
Love that.
So, I mean, the fact that you were coming here, you're 8 years old going through your shit. I'm going through my shit. And today We're talking shit.
Isn't that crazy?
Huh?
And today we're talking shit.
2 men right here, too. By the way, hey, you're a man, dude. See, I love men. There's so few real men in the world, man.
There's a neutering of men that's happening right now, and it's so unfortunate. And I get it, man. Guys like the Me Too movement. I'm all behind the Me Too movement. I get that, and Bill Cosby and all these who exploited.
Those aren't men,
women.
dude.
Those aren't men.
Men don't need to take. No. I never ever had to give somebody a pill to have a woman be with me.
Right.
A real man would never have to do that.
Now she may have taken a pill with you, but that was
that was
just kidding.
No, I've been over that for 35 years, so almost longer than you've been alive, actually. So, yeah, dude, and there's also something happening in our society where women aren't allowed to be women anymore.
True, and they have unreasonable expectations put on them, which I believe leads them to greater anxiety.
Yeah.
But no one wants to talk about it because what's being portrayed is you can do this. You can, and I'm gonna believe anyone can do anything they want.
Yeah.
But when the expectations are set so ridiculous, look, if you ask me to raise my kids, I just don't know how.
Yeah.
When my wife goes away for a couple days and comes back,
they're completely different people.
Yeah, my kids, if I have to watch them for more than 6 hours,
yeah.
When's mom coming back? When's mom coming back?
Yeah.
Right? Now, I go away for 4 or 5 days and come back. They're not like, hey, when's dad coming back? When I'm there, they play with me. We go in the pool. We have a good time.
Yeah.
And it's because again, going back to primitive thing. You got to go back to your DNA, man. It was the caveman who would look out the cave and say, saber-toothed tiger and apple. I got to get the apple and bring it to the cave so that my woman could do something about it. And I know people are going to get up my ass about this, but that's the reality of it. And today,
you're sexist. Now you're getting sexist now.
Anyway.
Because I know some women that can hunt.
Oh, I know plenty of women that can hunt.
And they're killers. They'll freaking squeeze the thing off before a man will.
Oh, no doubt about it. I'm not saying that.
Number one question I get from women is, dude, how do I get my man to man up?
Yeah.
What would you tell her?
Read that book. No, but truly, what I would say is teach.
No, that's good. That's a good start. Man up.
That is. And it's to encourage him. And by the way, man or woman, how do I get to man up? It's simple. You have a dream. You got about 100 years that you can live that dream out on this planet. That's about all we're given, 100 years. If you live right, you take care of your body, your mind, you're going to have about 100 years on this planet. Time's a ticking. Time's running out, man. Instead of saying one day I'm gonna, people who say the one day, I have so low respect for them. One day I'm going to go on that vacation. One day I'm going to have apartments. One day I'm going to attach a date to the one day and say December of 2018, I'm going to do this. And then fucking work backwards to it, right? The one day is living off hope. I want to live off a deadline. And I love deadlines. Like from here, I fly out to LA, speak where I live. And I don't even go home. And I fly right to St. Louis from there. Right? Like I got deadlines because I got this book.
You complaining or are you bragging?
No, man, I'm bragging because I want this book.
That's what I ask everybody when they do. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. You complain or bragging?
No, I'm bragging because I want this book in the hands of hundreds of thousands of people because I know it'll change their life. Because you only got 100 years, and we're talking about one day instead of just man up and do it. Do it. But it's the fear that stops everybody. Limiting beliefs. It's all the shit that mom and dad and school teachers wrote in your book of life.
Or is that just another excuse, man?
No, I think there's plenty of truth to what people told me, man. Yeah. What do they say? Your first 20 years, everyone's made the decision for you, right?
Yeah.
Right. Mom
That's
told
not
you
living,
this.
by the way.
No. The next 20 years, you're trying to figure life out. Like what happened to me.
Yeah.
It's truly been after like 38, 40 that I've been kicking ass and taking names because I figured out that my belief systems were not set by everybody else, set by me.
Yeah. So let me. I'm hung up on something right now. Okay.
I could see that.
You mentioned the DNA thing.
Yeah.
I've heard a number of guys come in here and talk about the DNA. Gary talked about it. Like, what are you talking about, huh? Ed talked about the DNA. I'm like, do you think I'm limited to some genetic code?
Genetic code? Maybe it's like strength-wise or speed-wise or.
Okay, but.
Right?
Yeah.
Mentally, no.
Okay.
Fuck no.
So what's the DNA got to do with anything?
I didn't talk about DNA.
Yeah, you did. You just brought up DNA. You said it twice. Roll the tape. Roll the tape. Yeah, you did.
I said DNA?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Totally. We're talking about the men, the women, and you said, like, do you think somebody's born an entrepreneur?
No. Very few.
Can anyone be an entrepreneur?
Anyone can be an entrepreneur.
Can anyone be successful?
Anyone can be successful.
Can anyone break through?
Anyone can break through.
Can
anyone
anyone
can be
get
a drug
rich?
fiend. Anyone can be a pervert.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a choice. It's a choice we make. But
can anyone make an impact?
Anyone can make an impact. But you got to break through all the shit that mom and dad and school teachers and bullies and all that shit told you. And that's the truth, man. You know, that's the truth. I don't know how you started drugs, and I'm glad you're over them. But I'm guessing you were probably hanging around with some unsavory people who had an influence on you. Or you just went out.
You know what they told me at the treatment center? Dude, you're a drug addict, dude. You have it. It's in your genetic code. I mean, what blood tests did you guys do? Y'all didn't even test my urine when I came in here. You didn't test my urine. You didn't test my blood. You tested nothing. And you're telling me, oh, yeah, it's in your history somewhere. We can find it. I'm like, yeah, fuck. You can find a tooth fairy in there, too. Sure. You can find anybody, you know. You could find something in everybody's genetic code. But I was a drug addict, dude, because I was bored. You could have given me guns, drugs, hobbies. I just needed something to do.
And you chose drugs.
You know, it was there.
Huh.
You know, and I tried to conquer it.
How'd that work for you?
It conquered me. And then I conquered it.
Then you conquered it.
And by the way, it was a great experience, the whole thing. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but.
That's part of the journey.
Yeah.
Right? It's part of the journey.
But I don't, you know, but it was a waste of time too. I mean, that was a waste of 9 years. You don't want to do that, right? I don't want to fail. I don't want to make the mistakes you made.
How old were you when you did drugs, when you first started?
16.
So imagine you had a mentor, right, who was like, hey, kid.
Dude,
right?
I didn't have a dad, dude. My dad was gone.
There
was nobody, you know. Now, my cousins had a dad, and he was on them all the time. They didn't quite get as far as I did. So I don't know if it's good to have a dad, not good to have a dad. I don't know. But I know it's good to have a mentor.
Yeah, that's for sure. And that mentor could have straightened you out.
If you were, because you're working with a lot of people, right?
Yep.
How many people do you think you influence in a year? Any given year? 18 businesses.
12 businesses.
But I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking in the future.
Yeah, I love that. You're forecasting. I don't know, several thousand people a year, let's say.
So what is that? Just mentor me for a second. What should Grant be doing different?
Grant, you're doing it, baby.
No, but what else? What can I do better? Because the winners are always asking, dude, what can we do better? What can we do faster? How can we make a bigger impact?
I'm telling you, the first thing I said when I sat in your office, I said, hey, man, I'm glad to see you're working out again. Because I could see the difference in your face and your energy on Instagram and the videos. Like, that makes a big difference, man. It's true that when you work out, you release the dopamines, you release the happy hormones, you reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, all that stuff. And when you're an entrepreneur, make no mistake about it, depression and anxiety is super high in our industry, in our space.
Man, you don't know that shit, man.
You
don't know that shit, dude. But see, you're saying like the guy at the treatment center right now, talking about
Grant,
bullshit. There's no proof of any of this shit.
There's no proof of
this. This is just stuff people are passing on.
How many entrepreneurs are committing suicide at an alarming rate? Right?
I don't know what that is.
Just recently, the pastor at Inland Empire Church in Chino Hills, where I live, hung himself. Now, he's an entrepreneur. He's the pastor. He started this church.
Yeah.
Hung himself, which is unfortunate. And I don't know about you, but I mentor 1,800 entrepreneurs, and I see the drugs, the hookers, and those are all fillers for anxiety and depression because they're worried about something. I'm not saying all 1,800 of them, but I'm saying there's a
but there's nothing that supports that. Depression.
There doesn't have to be.
Depression. Like we just keep passing on the bullshit.
Right.
Oh, you're depressed, man. You're depressed. Well, fuck it. You know, I can't fly, man. I can't fly. I can't get my potential, man. I got gravity pulling on me every day, man.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything big. Yeah, you should be depressed.
But so what do you do when someone says, hey, man, I'm in this dark place. I'm in a funk. How do you help them out?
Well, get out into the light, bro. Help
That's
people.
It.
Service
Help
people. Be of service. Be of service, you know?
And that's what we talk about, right?
Get in a group.
Purpose and service.
You know, that's not talking about their depression.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to get a bunch of shit for this right now because you guys out there that are all fucking depressed and all fucked up and you're taking meds for it and shit. Okay, I'm just telling you, dude. I've been prescribed this shit. The bipolar, the ADHD, all the bullshit.
Yep.
And I'm like, you know what? I need to fucking handle my shit by making an impact.
That's it.
I man up, man. I got to man up, dog. Now, can you man up through the shit?
Absolutely. You know what's funny is you absolutely can. Now, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's prescribing. I put a post up there, and I think you replied to it.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a 400% increase in prescription drugs that are written for anxiety and depression. It shouldn't be that high.
We consume 95% of all the prescribed drugs in the world with 300 million people in America. Yeah. And then we got all these school shootings. So, like, look at the connection. Yeah. Go ahead.
And the missing component is, going back to what you said, service and purpose. Because I always talk about this. We're a lot like dogs. People just think that, see what I mean? The Australian Shepherd.
What kind of dog are you?
Man, I'm like my dog Cookie. I'm part Mastiff and I'm part German Shepherd. I'll grab a hold of you and not let go, but I will love you the fuck up too if you're good to me.
The Mastiffs.
Yeah.
I had a Mastiff hit me once.
Oh, yeah. How did that feel?
It was good. I just surrendered to him.
Yeah.
And he was fine.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
But the Australian Shepherd, this dog is there to serve, right?
Totally.
It just wants to herd animals. In the absence of having animals to herd, it starts digging holes because it gets stir crazy, it gets anxiety.
Man. Totally.
Right?
Nothing to do, no
it
purpose.
Starts getting depressed.
Yeah.
Well, we're no different.
Yeah.
Again, going back to your DNA.
Yeah.
It's in your DNA,
No,
Mr.
dude,
Cardone.
no, it's in the purpose, bro.
It's in.
It's not the DNA.
There's something within the human spirit that says I must serve and have
I agree
purpose.
with that. But now you're not talking about a physical body now. You're talking about the human spirit.
Okay, well,
does
spirit,
not have
psyche,
a DNA.
I think if you put a word to it like DNA, people can compute it. They can understand it. Spirit, psyche, whatever you want to call it.
I like spirit. I like
spirit is soul, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to be service and purpose driven.
Yeah.
And when we're not, we start digging holes in our lives.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah. And you were bored out of your mind.
Totally.
And you start digging holes.
Start digging holes
with
dude.
drugs, right?
Yeah.
And now you're digging holes, making money, hand over fist.
Yeah.
I'll take those holes. Over the other
Candy
holes.
Crush.
Damn straight.
I don't have anything to do. I play Candy Crush.
Yeah,
It's just another
that.
hole, dude.
Just another hole.
Okay, what's next for you, man? You're going to release a book. You're going to sell 100,000 copies.
Yes, sir.
You're going to beat Justin Timberlake this year.
For Shriners, that's right. That's right. So what's
That
next?
shit
We're going to
will
keep
never
growing our
happen.
franchise?
That'll never happen. But if it does happen, Grant Cardone Foundation will send 100 grand.
Ooh, to Shriners Children's Hospital.
Is that a big
I love
number?
that.
Is that a good number?
It's a good number.
What did y'all raise last year?
Just $500,000.
Okay, that's good. Well,
Yeah.
I'll influence about
Sometimes
20%.
Sometimes I think I had to consolidate all my givings to one place.
Yeah, you should. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'd just rather give more to all three.
Yeah, good. There you go. I think that's a good idea.
So that's what's next. I'm going to give more to all three, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to keep creating empires that generate a shit ton of revenue and make a shit ton of impact.
Yeah. Hey, get the book, okay? Man Up. Man Up. For men and women, by the way, okay? This guy's about legacy now. He's talking about service. He's talking about impact. He's a true power player. He deserves to sit in that chair. Been waiting to meet you, man, dude. I really appreciate your...
Yeah, and I appreciate the opportunity, seriously.
your time and your generosity. Grab the book. Where can they get it right now? Is it at Amazon?
It's on Amazon right now and releases September 18th, worldwide, bookstores everywhere.
Hey, grab your copy. Grab your copy. Do it. Hey, I said do it. Man your shit up. Get your depressed ass up off the couch. Go to Amazon. Put in your little weak-ass credit card. See if it gets through. If it sneaks through, Man Up is for you.
My man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir.